hata wale hawakutupigia kura, hata wale walikuwa wanapinga sisi, safari hii watapiga kura na sisi. Mumesikia? Naona wacha nirudie. Wacha nirudie. Nimewaambia siasa, uongozi, maendeleo haitengenezwi na makelele, na fujo, na uadui, na chuki, na mambo ya ukabila. Siasa, uongozi na maendeleo inatengenezwa na urafiki, na utangamano, na ushirikiano, na mambo ya kuunganisha taifa. That is how leadership, development and politics is played. Mimi nikikosa kura ya Nyanza tulipata 2022, tulipata ya Western, tulipata ya Coast, tulipata kidogo. Sasa mimi nataka niwaambie safari hii 2027 tukikosa ya Nyanza ni kwa sababu ya kuzembea kwetu. Tukikosa ya Western ni kwa sababu hatujajipanga. This time round, nataka mnisikize vizuri, hii 2027
Now the president knows the weakness of ODM party, and that weakness of ODM party is what he wanted to use to get the votes of ODM party supporters. But now, because there have been political differences and conflicts among the ODM leaders, things are not turning out to be clear to William Ruto as to how he planned and as to how he thinks they can come out, because these political differences among ODM party leaders is what is bringing differences and separates the ODM leaders, whereby now some ODM leaders are supporting two-term and some ODM leaders are against two-term. And this political difference among the ODM party leaders is extending to the ODM supporters, now leading to also separation of these ODM supporters, whereby other ODM supporters are for the opinion of one term and other ODM supporters are for the opinion of two term. Now this is what gets to hit the President William Ruto, that according to how he expected to get the votes of ODM's party supporters, he cannot get them because of these conflicts going on in ODM. And that's why you saw he sent Eliud Owalo to come to the ground to try and buy the votes for him, because you know Eliud Owalo believed that under Nomia Church there are registered voters, and the registered voters under that Nomia Church, their number ranges from 3 million to 5 million. Now he wanted to go back and convince those Nomia Church believers to support William Ruto. But ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, if you're watching us and you've not subscribed to this channel, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like our videos, comment and share. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your continued support to this channel.
Nataka watu wajue, Baba was 1 in a million. Hatutampata mwingine. Na vile vile hauwezi copy paste baba. Huwezi copy paste the greatest leader Kenya has ever seen. Ati unabadilisha na huyu, ati sasa tuko na baba. No, haiwezi kuwa hivyo. So sisi kama watu wa ODM lazima tuongee na watu wetu. Lazima tuongee na mavijana, tuongee na wamama, pia wazee tutaongea nao. Wakati umefika, nilisema earlier, lazima mkue gangari. Hakikisha kwamba hiyo ID uko nayo, kile document uko sawa sawa. Hakikisha kwamba uko na voters card. Kwa hivi karibuni, kwanza tuko na uchaguzi wa Nairobi. Ya pili, tuende hii NDC. Na kwenye hii NDC, mambo itakuwa noma. Mko tayari? Mko tayari? Wangapi wako tayari? Asanteni. Asanteni sana. Nimesikia hiyo mambo yote, tutarudi. Nimesikia mko na swali. Hakuna mtu atatolewa kwenye hii chama. Hakuna siku baba aliwahi let anybody atoke kwenye hii chama. Wanaongea sana, na tukiuliza maswali wanasema tutoke kwenye chama. Tukitoka watabaki na nani kwenye hii chama? Hii chama ni ya wananchi. Tukitoka wananchi wanaenda. Leo naleta the greetings kutoka mandugu zangu Babu Owino, na katibu mkuu wa chama Edwin Sifuna.
Now, as this political wars goes on between the ODM leaders, Winnie Odinga has turned to come out and tell the people that, you know what, whatever is going on in ODM, we will not tolerate, and that leadership of ODM has to change and come back to the youths, because those who took over leadership of ODM party after Raila's death are not taking it to the direction we wanted, or they are not taking it to the direction that Raila was taking it. So we have to stand and defend our party to get our leadership, because that ODM party is not a party of ODM leaders, but it is a party for the people of Kenya. So because most of the ODM supporters are youths, then it means to Winnie Odinga that the youths are also supposed to be involved in ODM leadership. Now, from that Winnie Odinga speech, you can tell clearly that even though Oburu Odinga was elected by the Central Committee of ODM party to be the acting party leader of ODM, whereby during that ODM 20th anniversary event in Mombasa, the ODM party also came out to clearly tell the supporters and the leaders that Oburu Odinga is now their official party leader. Winnie Odinga still can't find it well, because she knows that Oburu Odinga is not capable, and that the energy that the party needs right now, and the mind and the decision that the party needs right now, are the minds of Raila Odinga. Because you can get from the opinions of those leaders who are in ODM right now, as they are saying that they are supporting two-term or the Kenya Kwanza government up to 2027 and beyond 2027. And they have already made that decision, and they are trying to push for negotiations with the UDA. And this is what I think annoys Winnie Odinga here, because Winnie Odinga is getting to realize that the ODM party is getting weak and weak as the days continue going on, because after a party has made a decision to support another party, and the only agenda they now have is to push for negotiations, then it means that party has no power. Because right now, I believe if Raila could have been in ODM, what Raila could have said is that we are not supporting William Ruto and we don't need negotiations. And you know what? This could have changed everything, because Ruto could have now approached him to try to talk to him, telling him that he needs his support and they can talk so that he can get the votes of his people. But you get to listen to Oburu Odinga and the team behind him talking shamelessly about how they are going to support the UDA government, and you get to realize how useless the ODM leaders have become and how useless the ODM party is turning to be after Raila's death.
Lakini sisi kama ODM, sisi tunataka tuimarishe chama yetu na tutaanza mazungumzo na vyama vingine, lakini tukiwa pamoja ndio tutakuwa na nguvu na tuta negotiate na hawa from a point of strength, not from a point of weakness.
Now Gladys Wanga, on the other hand, talks about how the party can stabilize, and if they stabilize, nothing will defeat them to do as a party. But Gladys Wanga herself are among those leaders who are leading to separation and political differences among the political leaders in ODM party.
Tukilinda chama chetu, tukichunge, tuhakikishe ya kwamba ground iko sawa. Hakuna njia hatuwezi tembea, hakuna mlima hatuwezi panda, hakuna mlango hatuwezi fungua, hakuna ukuta hatuwezi bomoa. Tukilinda hii chama chetu, na party leader anajua wa kulinda chama si sisi. Sisi ni viongozi wa kitaifa, wa kulinda chama ni nyinyi. Nyinyi watu wa ground ndio wa kulinda chama. Na mimi nakubaliana na wao ambao wamesema, na nyinyi mkilinda ground, na sisi kama viongozi tuwalinde, tuwachunge, tuhakikishe ya kwamba nyinyi pia mmeshikiliwa. Kwa muda mrefu watu wanachunga chama ground, lakini ikifika wakati wa nomination na mambo mengine wanasema leta makaratasi ya masomo. Lakini wakati unalinda ground hakuna mtu anauliza maraka.
So tell me, how will they be strong if they are pushing for negotiations instead of focusing on the policies of the party? And that is why I agree with Winnie Odinga and Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo, and other ODM leaders, if they make the push for the call of NDC in ODM. Because if you try to listen to whatever is going on in ODM, then you can realize that there is a certain kind of incompetence among the ODM leaders that is not going to make ODM prosper as it started. And I tell you, if this ODM remains with the leaders it has right now, and after the 2027 general elections, I can tell you clearly that ODM will be dead, and ODM will be no longer a party after that 2027 general elections. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this podcast, and let us meet in the next one.